Y'all, I miss Uncle Kev. Yes, Kevin Samuels. I miss him. If y'all didn't hate me before, I know you're gonna hate me now, but I do. I miss his content. I miss his truth. And I know so many women, especially black women, could not stand him. But it was about the truth. That was what it is. I realized as I share my content, speak up, use my voice, people don't care about the truth. They don't care about the truth.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but y'all, listen, don't let nobody waste your time this year. Do not let these men or women, whatever, whoever's listening to this message, whoever this applies to, don't let these people waste your time. Because I think a lot of people think because you're at a certain age that you're desperate and that they can just treat you any old kind of way because you want to settle down and that's what you've, expressed to them when you first met them. No, sir. Just because I want to get married and have kids within 6 months doesn't mean I'm going to settle for your BS and for your bare minimum treatment. Because just like I got you, I can get somebody else. I need y'all to keep that in mind when you start treating women like they are not the prize, because we are the prize. 1-900-9099-CRY. So I need y'all to treat us as such for those of us that are deserving. So again, please do not let people waste your time, because just like you got that person, you can get another one.
China, if you're a woman, single, and over 30, you are called 剩女, which means leftover woman in Mandarin.
I thought that she was talking to everyone who needed to listen, that we shouldn't allow anyone to waste our time. But why is it that at the end it became about women being the prize and men not wasting women's time? If you let women talk long enough, they will always tell on themselves. She couldn't keep the feminist hidden for long. Besides, if she can get another man, why did she have the need to come on social media and tell the world that she could get another one? Go get the new man since you can. No, wait a minute. She can't get another man, that's why she is on social media trying to look self-important and get her ego boosted by single women. And last but not least, women are not the prize. They were never the prize, and they will never be the prize. Everything women need is given to them by men. What do you have, or what can you do, that is making you the prize? Even the only thing that women can do that has some significance, it still requires a man's participation. It is time to be vocal and tell these women that what they have between their legs does not make them the prize.
So I recently came back into the dating pool and I keep hearing like horror stories about girls that are also dating and how they deal with very low effort guys. And luckily I don't really run into that problem. And I've been thinking about it, like, why is it that these beautiful, smart girls like keep running into situations like this? And I really think it has to do with the type of behavior you allow to slide. Like for me, initially, when they start messaging me or when I meet them right away, even texting, like I pay a lot of attention to the amount of effort. Like if they're texting me with like, yo, like, hey, like just like low effort stuff, like I immediately just like block them because that's just not what I think I deserve.
Basically, what she wants is someone who will worship her and boost her ego. I don't know her, but just by looking at her and by listening to what she said, I can easily say that she is the kind of person who will purposefully try to drag you down just to make herself feel important. And this is the modern woman. They have been told their entire lives that they are perfect, there is nothing wrong with them, and that men should do things for them and value them just because they have a pulse.
I won't even give my attention to anyone that doesn't treat me with the utmost respect. And just, I'm not gonna say like, oh, give me princess treatment like right away. Like I just want just respect. Like, come on, like there's people out there that just like, I don't even attract those type of guys anymore. And like if you have a hard time with confidence, I want you to think about it this way. Like if you like think of a girl you really care about, or even your dad, right? Like if they were to see the messages that this guy is sending you, like, would they approve? Or if this guy was messaging your best friend that way, would you be like, yeah, she deserves to be talked to like that? You know what I mean? If the answer is no, then that's a good indicator that this guy is low effort. And because I have gotten better at the selection process, I don't even end up on dates with guys that are just, on the lower tier, where they're just like trying to play games. Like, I really don't run into those guys anymore. Yeah. And I think when you are just more selective, and you realize that you deserve better, and you stick to your boundaries, your dating life is just a lot better, and you attract way higher quality men, and it's great.
She has been doing it for quite some time, according to her own words. Where is the high quality man? Why is she single? A good example of women keeping each other single. What she is talking about is not working for her, but you better believe that there is a gang of women listening to her and applying what she is saying. Talk about the blinds leading the blinds.
Going back out into the dating world, like casually dating people after being in a long-term relationship, is wild, because I was in a 10-year relationship and then I went back out into the dating world, and like, it's so perplexing, it's so confusing that someone's not in love with you. And I know I'm delusional, hear me out. Like, what do you mean, sir, that you're not in love with me, and that you don't think about me every second of the day, and want to text me at all hours of the night, and want to send me memes and TikToks, and cuddle me, and go do groceries with me? What do you mean you don't want to sit next to me while I get my manicure? What do you mean you're not in love with me?
He means that his life does not revolve around you.
It's like, you're so used to someone being in love with you that you don't understand how someone that you're talking to is not. Like, you forget that you don't know this person, and they don't know you like that, and girl, they're not gonna be in love with you automatically. That shit takes time. It's wild. Like, what do you mean, Pookie? What do you mean you're not in love with me? Love me.
If you let women talk long enough, they will always tell on themselves. She wants the man to be obsessed with her. But she says that she got used to someone being in love with her, and she was in a relationship for 10 years. Why did she break up that 10 years relationship with someone who was in love with her? I don't the particular reason why, but I will tell you why based on how the modern woman moves. She got bored. She got bored of the simp she was in a relationship with for 10 years, she got bored of his worship, it was no longer special. So, now, she needs a new worshiper.
The number one insult that a lot of men like to use against women is, that's why you single. That's y'all number one insult that y'all love to say to a woman. Well, that's why you single. That's why you don't have a man. It's so easy to get a man. The only thing you got to do is have low standards, don't require much, have low self-esteem, and be willing to pay 50% to majority of the bills, and to allow him to do anything. And in this day and time, you can have a man. Majority of the women that you see that are single and have been single for years, majority of them, the reason why they've been by themselves for years is because they won't accept anything. Those are some of the best women. They won't accept anything. They won't allow a man to breadcrumb them or give them the bare minimum. And they stand down 10 toes on what they want. And a lot of people run around judging them, making it seem like it's something wrong with them. Baby, that woman know what she want, and she's not moving up off of her beliefs, her morals, and everything that she has prayed for in a husband. You must understand that. During my time of dating, even still to this day, if a man was not matching the description or fitting the description of what I wanted in a husband, he was a no-go. If you weren't speaking the kind of language that I wanted you to speak, if you weren't treating me the way that I wanted to be treated, if you even as much use slang that I didn't like, you had to go. And I know that a lot of people may say, well, that's harsh, or that, that's wrong. But if you're doing things that are not right to me, and I look at you and I say, you know what, my husband wouldn't do this to me, or my husband wouldn't treat me like this. The man that I prayed for and everything that I want in a husband just doesn't match this person's action, or I know that my husband wouldn't do that to me, it's a no-go for me. And a lot of men are the same way when it comes down to women. If it's just something about you that man just can't agree with, or he sit up and say, you know what, that's not what I would want in a wife, he will not marry you. He will not marry you, or he will prolong the relationship until he finds the woman that he actually wants.
It looks like people have forgotten that having standards doesn't only mean having good moral values, good ethics, and good habits. Having standards can also mean having bad morals. You can have standards, but the core tenets of make up your standards can be trash. You can be entitled, arrogant, self-centered, delusional, you name it. Yes, you have standards, but your standards are wicked. That was number 1. Number 2, the man chooses the woman, not the other way around. The only thing the woman chooses is her sexual partners, and I will bet that she didn't ask for marriage from her previous sexual partners, but now that the wall is getting closer, she wants to act all virtuous. Number 3, she is saying that she prayed for a husband, and here she is saying that the man should get with her program? I don't know to what God she prayed to, but if she prayed to the God that I assume she prayed to, I bet that God told her to fix her stinky attitude, learn to serve, and to align herself with the man's program. Women are the only beings who think that they have value, even though there is absolutely nothing that they do that is valuable, aside from getting knocked up, of course. And you can see this overinflated sense of self-importance especially from older women. They have little to nothing to offer, but they have the gall to ask for everything from a man. This a classic example of a phony, a true faker. Most women know that they are not as amazing as they think they are, so they want men to worship them so that they can feel like they have value. And that's why women want men to approach, because by approaching her, by giving her the power to reject you, it makes her feel like she is worth it. Women don't want men to approach because it is female nature or whatever BS people say. Women want men to approach because it boosts their ego, it is a power trip for them. And if you paid close attention, all those women had one thing in common. And that thing is that, it is all about them. To them, men exist to serve them, they believe that they are entitled to a man's being. Even though everything they need is given to them by men, they believe that they don't have to do anything. But at the end of the day, life is a choice. There are men out there who are willing to deal with women like this, and even willing to put their bodies in harm's way for them. Again, at the end of the day, life is a choice. That will be it for this video, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Till next time.